So, first topic for today, there was an opinion piece on search engine land, and it was arguing something I thought was really interesting that Meta AI is essentially underrated from an AI search contender standpoint because of the raw distribution that it has. So, the article states that having it sit inside Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, where billions of people are already spending their time, with Meta AI reaching 1 billion monthly users in May of 2025. So the bet here is essentially that it's the first search is going to shift to this platform where discovery is already happening. So somebody can just be in these tools and ask Meta AI whether a product they saw on Instagram is any good, or compare restaurants inside a WhatsApp group without ever opening Google. And I wanted to open this one up to discussion, especially with you, Kelly, and your kind of thoughts from a social media standpoint. But I kind of agree. I think the problem that Meta has right now and why it's maybe not being as widely adopted is Meta, I think, has like a classification problem, in my opinion, right? So it's like they're being seen as a social media platform, not necessarily an LLM. So I think people kind of forget that they can ask these things directly in the social media platform themselves using Meta AI. But it's only a matter of time. Like all Meta has to do is get past that hurdle, in my opinion, before it becomes this genuinely sleeping giant, like the article suggests.
Right, I agree with you. I think just looking at the headline, it's surprising because you think, why would someone go to Meta AI before they would go into, Chat GPT or Claude or whatever it might be? But it is so true. You're already in there. So you don't have to close out, go into, chat. I have an example from a while ago, and it's like a coffee order with an Instagram, like brown sugar, shaken espresso at home. And if you click on it, Meta AI gives you a recipe for it already while you're looking at the post, opposed to me exiting out, going into, chat GPT, asking for a recipe for that. So I do think it's meeting people where they're already at. And it's also combining, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, comments. Like it's so many different places where you are that is encompassing what Meta AI really is. So it's hard to kind of avoid. So I think it does make sense if people start to kind of just like lean into it a little bit more.
I have to say, though, that these kinds of predictions are very tricky. And I actually wrote something kind of similar to this a couple of years ago when when Meta first launched Meta AI, the idea being, hey, they've got this incumbent user base of, billions of people globally. That's a built-in advantage for them. And it certainly is, but that doesn't equate to success in launching a new venture necessarily. And I would
Yeah.
counter that, my own experience of Meta AI embedded inside of Facebook is that it's annoying and I don't really use it. So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So the potential doesn't necessarily equate to anything unless people actually adopt.
I
they have
feel
to lean in.
I think it's a positioning hurdle on Meta's part. Like I think they just need to get better about promoting and positioning like the use cases within the tool. Because even what this article suggested of like, oh, well, in my WhatsApp, app with my friends, I can just compare restaurants we want to go to. I don't ever have to leave. I wouldn't think that when using WhatsApp or when I'm on Instagram and I see a product, I wouldn't think to use Instagram. So I think it's a marketing problem. Like I think Meta has to do a better job promoting those use cases because to your point, Damian, right now with it just popping up in the apps, it just feels annoying. And you're just kind of like, well, that's not what I use you for. Well, why not? Why hasn't Meta done a good job at
Yeah.
getting us to recognize that that's how we can use these tools? I think
This is a conversation that goes back many, many years because
yeah.
Facebook has always been sitting on this platform that could pivot heavily, for instance, into search, but it never has. And therefore, as a local search tool, it's lacking so many of the basic features that you would expect. And that's, in that case, it's probably because Meta's trying to differentiate itself and doesn't want to go too deep into that direction. In this case, they really probably do want to win the AI wars because who doesn't?
Yeah.
But they need to create a different kind of experience that will appeal to people. It will be, I guess, true to the brand. They're trying to do it. I just feel like they haven't really hit on the successful formula yet.
Totally agree.